For me, the best player, number one, was Mirza Delbash Kinche, no doubt. For me, he was a legend. I grew up with Mirza's games. Maybe that's why, first game what I watched, that was with Mirza.
I remember being about 10 or 11 years old, and I wanted a new basketball jersey. I didn't watch much basketball at the time. I watched a little bit, but wasn't like obsessively watching it, didn't know all the players or anything like that. I was at some store looking through basketball jerseys, and I ended up seeing D-Wade's Heat jersey. Ended up buying it just simply, from the fact that I liked the way it looked. And after I bought it, I started paying attention to Wade's game, because I was like, well, I have the guy's jersey, let me educate myself on the guy's jersey that I just bought. And man, what a decision, because he became probably my favorite player to ever play the game of basketball, for me, all off the choice of randomly picking his basketball jersey.
I remember seeing Steph Curry for the first time. My brother showed me one of his games, and seeing him play was just crazy. His play style and everything was mind-blowing.
So many reasons why I like Mirza. First, his game. He was like something special.
Novih 30 sekundi za napad našeg tima i Mirza Delibašić 2-2. Kićanović, ponovo Delibašić i 4-4.
That time Yugoslavia has so many good players, but Mirza was still different than them. He was so patient, so cool, always so chill. Basketball is the most tense game. In 1 second can change everything, even less than second.
Protunapad Delibašića. Dali Pagić 66-58, 66-58. Ulogu dodavača.
When everybody, getting crazy, excited, on his face you couldn't see any emotion. The worst moment, he was acting like so cool, so chill. He was just scratching body and looking around like he's not interested, But when he get ball, he gonna get point. Even from so big distance, he was like sniper.
Prvu zlatnu olimpijsku medalju za jugoslovenski košarkaški sport. Izvanredni Mirza Delibašić.
Now, D-Wade has an athleticism that I could only dream of.
First two dunks for Durant. Oh, Wade, what a play! Wow. Oh, wow!
But there was a certain finesse that surrounded that athleticism. And that part of his game I really tried to implement into my own and try to copy some of his moves and implement them at the park, specifically the Euro step. I mean, his Euro step was one of the best go-to moves at that time.
Euro step to the left. What a long stride. I tell you, that's such a difficult move.
Starts his move to the middle, cuts back to the left.
Does this so well. Such great balance. Nice Euro step score.
It was phenomenal. I would just get to the park, and that would many of times be my go-to move when I was playing basketball at the park.
Honestly, I don't really watch much basketball, but watching Steph Curry just makes the sport look like so much fun. Because, himself, he looks like he has a lot of fun on the court.
Fouls to good for Cleveland. Ahead to Curry. Curry sets, fires, puts it up. Bang! Steph Curry from way downtown. And the first half comes to an end in dramatic fashion.
I had honor to watch Mirza as kid, because every year we have annually basketball tournament in my hometown, and all the best teams from Yugoslavia were coming to play in my hometown. And that was the only chance when we can see, like Mirza Delbash. And I was so proud, so excited. All year we were waiting for that day when gonna come tournament and he gonna come to play. I got in trouble because of Mirza. I have to mention that because when we are coming on a game, you like to wear something to get attention. I took actually I can say I stole from my father with no. I didn't ask him. I stole his hat, but that was nice dress hat. It's for this basketball game. And I found some paint, and I painted Mirza's name, like a nickname, Kinja, and number 12. That was his number on his jersey. And I came on the game, and of course, we kids, we are trying to get in a game for free. And we are waiting, and we are trying sneak behind the guards. And meanwhile came a bus with basketball players from Bosnia. And basketball player, Zrno, he saw my hat and he asked me, like, if you give me that hat, I'm gonna bring you inside. I thought he's joking. No, he really took my hat and he bring me to the game. I was so proud. But when he came inside, of course, he gave me his hat back. When I came home, I gave back a hat to my father. He was mad not because of hat, because of what I wrote on the back, and we couldn't take off. Anyway, I got big trouble because of that. And that's also one big reason why I remember Mirza Delbash so good.
I am a Knicks fan, although Wade is my favorite player. And the first basketball game I ever went to happened to be Heat versus the Knicks on Christmas Day. I believe it was 2009 when they played the Knicks at MSG on Christmas.
On Christmas Day sees the Miami Heat traveling up to New York, and what a wonderful place New York is to be on Christmas Day. The skaters in Rockefeller Center, and then the game. How about Dwayne Wade's crew in red, and the Knicks going with the traditional Christmas green?
My cousins got me presents, and those tickets were the presents, and I was ecstatic. Like I said, became a huge basketball fan at that point, and this was going to be the first game I ever saw live in person, and it was my favorite player. Now, like I also just mentioned, I am a Knicks fan, but I did this very unorthodox thing, and that was, well, as a Knicks fan, wearing the opponent's jersey. Yeah. I rooted for the Knicks, but since I was such a big D Wade fan, I wore his jersey to the Knicks game at MSG. Yeah. At the end of the game, there was this lady who was wearing a Heat jersey, I think D Wade's also, and she came up to me because the Heat ended up winning the game in a close one, in a good game, and she was like, "Woo, let's go Heat!" Looking at me like my little 10-year-old self. She was so happy. She was like, "Let's go, yes!" We were the only 2 people there in Heat jerseys, and I was sad because the Knicks lost, even though and I was wearing the Wade jersey. And she looked at me like, "What is this kid's a deal? Lighten up, we won." It wasn't we, it was just Wade, But man,
it's funny because every time after I watch Steph Curry's highlights, it's like he makes it look like he's playing a video game.
Curry splits the defense behind the back, fires a three. Oh, he puts it in! What a spectacular move! And it's the largest lead of the game.
His performances are just unreal, and it makes me want to play 2K too with him.
Mirza got so many awards in his career. He was got with his club Bosnia. He played in Real Madrid. He got also with Real Madrid. He played for the national team Yugoslavia. That time Yugoslavia was so strong. They got gold medal.
With his career now over, I can confidently say one of my favorite aspects of his game was just how clutch he was. He was an unbelievable clutch player from very early on in his career all the way until the very end.
Waiters, back to Dwayne, shoots, no, he couldn't get it off, now fires it up, bank it in, it counts, the Heat win the game, Dwayne Wade won it for Miami, 120 to 125. It just happened.
He was unbelievable in that fourth quarter when it really mattered most. That man stepped up. The Flash was on go in the fourth, and it was always such fun to watch.
Another thing I see when I watch Steph Curry's highlights is how his teammates love to play with him. And when I play basketball, I'm not really just looking for the performance. I'm also just looking for having a good time with my teammates and letting them play well too.
Unfortunately, he got really serious illness, and he had to finish with his game, you know, and he couldn't stay. He passed away in very early age, 2001.
And yeah, now looking back on it, his career is just so admirable. I mean, got it done early, was a great individual player, was a great team player. His last year was as a huge D-Wade fan, you know, knowing that was his last year. That was his essential farewell tour. It was wonderful. And it probably was some of my favorite, you know, it was one of my favorite times watching basketball, was seeing him go. And I'll certainly be looking at plenty of old D-Wade highlights, you know, in the years to come.
With the new season coming up, I'm constantly checking my calendar for Steph Curry's first game of the season, and I don't know. I'm just really excited because his performances are just lovely to watch.
Of course, one more thing, you know, how I like Mirza so much. Even my older son got named because of him. I gave him name Mirza, and that was interesting. My son Mirza is also like a big fan of basketball, and he likes to play basketball. Unfortunately, he didn't get a chance like Mirza Delbach to play in so big teams, but you know, he was really good in that.